How the heck do you make friends as an adult if you don't drink? I started inviting people from online dating sites who said they were looking for friends to play Dungeons and Dragons. Some of them were actually looking for friends. I also started a fencing group in my area and advertised it in relevant Facebook groups. A few people showed up, and now we occasionally do things that aren't fencing related. My turn to shine since I moved countries 3x as an adult, ranked from most effective to least. Work, never eat lunch alone, organize hangouts after work, professional networking organizations, nothing bonds more than hating your industry, job together, going out alone and chatting up strangers, woman here, and have befriended men who approached me this way. So don't say this won't work for men. You just have to genuinely want to be friends, instead of being a creeper. If you have kids and they have kids, they'll want to be friends. Reddit, if someone in a niche subreddit you're into happens to mention they live in your city, just go, hey, I live there too. Want to meet up? The more niche the sub, the higher chance of making friends. Random fun classes or activities. If you're both into it, you probably will click. Online dating surprisingly made many good friends of this. Of course, some were with benefits. New mom groups, everyone is depressed to a certain degree. Sleep deprived and desperate for support. Social media made a few genuine friends. Also got some creepers, so it's a gamble. Borrow tools and actually give them back. A neighbor borrowed one of my cordless drills and actually gave it back. However, I won't lend him any more tools. Why? He thought the drill was too dirty, so he cleaned it. In a dishwasher. Edit. Inquiring minds in the comments wanted to know what happened next. First of all, yes, he washed it with the battery, so the battery vented. That's probably the only reason why he admitted to such unconventional cleaning methods. He had to come clean. He offered to buy me a replacement drill, but I've asked for a cash value instead. Bought myself a set of replacement bearings, new battery pack, then blasted a chuck with rust inhibitor, and now I have a like new drill, plus quite a bit of spare change, and a neighbor that always cleans his gardening tools in a dishwasher. Have you considered joining Occult? The closest I have gotten to making new friends is through, first, my kids' sports, just hanging with the other parents, or coaching teams. I don't consider any of them to be friends, but we enjoy hanging out and shooting the breeze at games. But once sports are over, I'll never see them again. But if I run into them randomly, I'm sure we'll chat for a minute. Solid acquaintances. Second, video games. Just having a regular group of randoms in a server regularly is nice. I play a racing game, and the others are typically all from other countries. But text chat is fun, and it's at least interaction with people I don't live with. If I really wanted friends, I'd probably have to go back in time and do a better job keeping in touch with my old group of buddies. Beyond here is an edit due to it's never too late to keep in touch reply. Edit. Yes, I agree it's usually never too late, but when you literally don't even know what to say or talk about with an old friend who is a very good friend, and you are hoping that you can just talk about their kids' sports, I think it is pretty damn late. But this happens to millions of people. It's normal, and I don't dwell or recommend anyone else dwell on it. My parents' mid-70s moved into a 55-plus housing community. House is not assisted living, and they've made friendly with neighbors, play cards, pop in for a drink on occasion, so maybe it gets easier later. And I'm not really sad about not having friends. I'm a bit to myself and enjoy short, earnest conversations with the many people I've gotten to know. Related, I drink a heck of a lot, and I don't have many friends. You see someone doing something you do or like to do, or are curious. Hit M with a compliment, and then with a follow-up question. Met some of my best friends because I like the colon they were wearing, hahaha. Slowly, hobbies, community involvement, through work, good luck. Motorcycles helped me meet people, and as a bonus, if you're into guys, you can pick up dudes easily with a motorcycle. Adults don't care if you drink. Now, many adults do enjoy drinking, but actual adults don't really care if you just want to hang out. I'm in my 30s, I do drink. My wife doesn't. Here's the thing in your 30s. You'll go to a brewery or some such. Well, not so much lately. And the whole group will always have a few people not drinking, for any or all of the following reasons: driving, pregnant on a prescription, that makes it inadvisable. Don't feel like it, don't like what's available. The flesh drinks only blood, and generally no one cares. If they're a mature group worth hanging out with, here's the question to ask. Do you mean that you only want to hang out in situations where people aren't drinking? That's a different thing and a bit more limiting. But seriously, mature adults deal with all sorts of reasons. People won't drink. This isn't college. No one thinks your coolness is derived from crushing Miller Lites. The only people I've ever seen ostracized from a group of adults are people who are unpleasant, most frequently because they drank way too much. Edit. And honestly, in college no one worth hanging out with cared either. Join clubs, meetups, activities, hobbies, work, volunteer, online, or simply go out to socialize during the day or early evenings. How does this work practically? You can't go up to people in a cafe and join in, or introduce yourself to people in the street. Edit. Lots of people saying, you can go up to a person in the street and be friends. I know we are paranoid, but I think if somebody did that to me, I'd expect them to murder me later. Dungeons and Dragons. The first couple of times bring some goodies. If you want to grease the wheels, the absolute best way to find friends. Went from 2 to 20 in a couple of months. I'm gonna add a very specific one. The app Slowly. It's an app who acts like a meeting app, except that everything works as if you were sending real letters. You can receive them from all over the world, and 99% of people use it to make friends. Overlooking for a partner, like most meeting apps, you enter in your hobbies, maybe put in the countries, gender, age of the people you want to talk to. I left it open and received beautiful letters from aged people wanting to talk to someone. And there you go. I have met my two best friends there, one from Germany and one from Brazil. We've been talking 4 years now. It's too much work for scammers, so everyone is genuine. I can never not recommend it. I cook for people. Invite a few people you know for dinner or a BBQ. I've moved cities and countries several times, and one thing I learnt is everyone loves good food. You stand too close to random people at the groceries, and when they ask you what's your problem, you tell them you don't have any friends. Then you hug it out and become friends. The friends that I have made in adulthood were not made through boozy social situations. Even though I'm Irish and we love our boozy socials, I've made friends through work and through hobbies. I love taking fun classes. I like taking dance classes mostly, and when you're going to the same class week in, week out, you get talking to the other people at the class and friendships can blossom. You can be friendly and smiley and strike up a bit of conversation, and from that, you build up a bit of rapport. I made friends by asking a couple of the girls if they'd like to grab a coffee after class, and then it became a weekly thing, coffee after class. It doesn't have to be dance. Any kind of class works. Even if it's an educational one, evening classes are a great place to make new friends. Then, and I know everyone's workplace is different. Certainly mine is very easy to make friends. Through work you can make some nice friends. Sit with people at lunch hour instead of eating at your desk or in your car. Chat to people during the workday and find out things about them. If they have a family, if they have any hobbies, etc. Then, when you build up a bit of friendliness, ask them if they'd like to go for lunch or yes I know, again, a coffee after work and so forth. It definitely helps to be friendly and outgoing. I'm not naturally outgoing, but I am naturally a very friendly person, so I guess that makes me approachable. So try to be approachable and learn the art of small, friendly talk. In my experience, adults don't want friends. They want activity partners. Pick an activity that you enjoy doing. Find some people to do it with. If you're lucky, some friendships will organically arise from that. If you're really lucky, they'll even stay friends with you after one or both of you stop doing that activity. But mostly, people just want activity partners. Go to a repeating class at a gym or yoga studio or volunteer at a yoga studio or gym class. Get a part-time job or volunteer somewhere interesting to you and meet co-workers over time, like a museum, community center, library, foreign language school, cultural center. I know it's hard. I also don't drink. I've missed out on many friendships and several relationships with people. I felt naturally compatible with because of it. It's a real bonding part of social life. For the apparently large majority of society, I got a part-time night job at a comedy club when I didn't even need the money, just to see free shows, and made a ton of friends. Got to meet Kevin Hart and Bob Saget too. My advice to people in this situation in their 20s is to throw yourself into your work. In your 30s, your career will have advanced and people will chill out with the partying. At that point, you will be socializing with people who did the same. The non-drinker and moderate drinker crowd at least doubles at that point. Meanwhile, while all the cool kids who worked as bartenders, DJs, influencers, etc. are starting to low-key panic because they are still renting with no savings and know they are on the verge of getting pushed out of their jobs. For the new kids on the block, you can still keep trying to make friends doing activities, but just know that it does get better later. How do you make friends without drinking? Share in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.